a brand new upcoming game of Resident Evil Umbrella Corps. So one of many things that I've seen about this site here that I've noticed that has quite a lot many things more is that you can create your own decal even before you're not playing the game itself. But of course with remain in contact with your original Resident Evil account. So while I'm here, allow me to show you a little bit of a few things which I've been well, let's say which I've created on the time being.
Oi, Shirney, oi.
I don't understand what they'll say. First one is like a bit of a beautiful shield that I've managed to create while I was well, inspired on the first Resident Evil that I've got so far in my Steam account for well, Resident Evil Revelations 2 or Biohazard in that case. Anyways, it's a game with two names, so at least that'll be of some interest. So in this case, they're actually, since the game of course mentions a lot of Kafka and whatnot, so at least I thought it would be like a shield of some majestic forms. We have a syringe, we would have a sword and two sickles. And of course I added quite a lot of details to make it look very majestic as best it could. Of course with the what was the name of it again? Oh, screw it. But yeah, we still have here the Biohazard. It's pretty much like a mix of a steampunk with a cyberpunk one. I'd say it looks a bit very interesting, and you know, this here is all the parts that I used over here to show around what I've did, and of course there's still plenty more to come. And of course this was my very first one that I made. It was a little tricky for me at first, but hey, at least I managed to pull off something beautiful, am I right? But yeah, next one. Now this decal over here, I made it inspired on a lot of the Terminator series, because you know, when they have their vision, they have all this scanner vision and whatnot, so at least I thought it would be kind of interesting to make something look as, you know, as something as interesting as it could be, you know, like a Terminator. To have this like the scanning eye for you to scan around your surroundings and terminate every undead individual you see upon your path. It didn't take too much for this one, but yeah, I managed to make it look very beautiful, except for small details. But hey, it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be game studio quality, but hey, at least I like it. Now this one I had to dig up into a little bit of my childhood a little bit. It's mostly based off the, well, Sonic Adventure 2, when things were very good at Sega. Yes. But still the uprising will come over time. Now this one here, you know you know, those water monsters with the metal head, and, you know, they're just water, and, you know, they attack you with tentacles and whatnot? They have always this symbol on their heads, and you know, it's something which I try to replicate over here. But yeah, it's still copyright to Sega. But hey, at least I wanted to see how beautiful it would look like. But yeah, as you can see, the outcome doesn't look too beautiful. It looks pretty much trashy. I'll admit it. But hey, at least I tried. At least I tried. But yeah. I noticed that this alone by itself, it would look way too trashy. I just, you know, I had to put this on the background so I could at least give a, you know, a better sweetening, as well as these things here. I forgot the name of it. To give like a better sweetness. Now again, to the references, here, allow me to get to you one by one. Also, Resident Evil and Umbrella Corps is always owned by Capcom, as they created it. This here is the fella here that I was talking about before, the artificial chaos. Yes, and this one here's the that watery monster that attacks you with the water tentacles and whatnot. Now, why you might ask me? That's a little interesting. But yeah, this is the ground type one that I know of so far. And yeah, I have pretty much like a history about this one, because the first time I saw him, I could never get past the first moment I came across these guys. But I loved them. I found it to be quite interesting, despite the fact that I always wanted to look them in the face, but I never could because every time I wanted to, they always were like, always threw a hug in your face. And then I didn't like it. I didn't like to be hugged by strangers. But yeah, I do have to say that this one here is quite a beautiful one. Also, if we are going to see them in the Garry's Mod workshop, of that I have no clue whatsoever. But since you see it now, and if you are a Garry's Mod workshop worker, then you know what to do. Well, I'm just kidding, but anyways, you do what you do, but just don't forget about to give the references. Now this one here, as I know of, there are 3 models for this one. This is a P1. This model here would be the P100, which of course is, this one here has quite a bit of a something funny to it. But yeah, as you can see here that I was talking about before, the thing in the head that I was talking about, this little symbol over here which was my objection, trying to you know, kind of put it away over here. I always called it the artificial chaos symbol. But also there's like another picture over here. I don't know if it's relatable or not. Some would say this would be still a P100, but there's a little something wrong with this one, as you might have noticed the blood in behind its head. For some reason, that kind of gets my attention a little bit. And what if there's something a little behind it? Maybe that could be the P2000. I'm just kidding. These are not the Terminator series. But for the last model is this one here. It's called the Cell one. So basically, what it becomes is just the P100. It just lets go all the water of its body, and then boom, it comes out million of these creatures. Now they get the metallic head. Don't ask me because I have no clue. However, once he lets go all of these little things down, he just leaves his Filoni head around, and boom, there's that to take care of. And these creatures, they are all relative of only one monster only. They are the relatives of this legend right here. Now again, if we are ever going to see again these monsters, water monsters, the artificial chaos of that one, I honestly have no clue whatsoever. And there's no telling when, or if it even is going to happen, because, well, if I may say so, then, well, the story they changes a lot, and we'll never know if we're ever gonna see them. Well, of course, in Mons and whatnot, they should have a higher chance, but depending on the game and whatnot, so you can have pretty much like a lot of variations to it a lot of times, and most of the time as well, because the game factors are the one that's balancing up everything, and there's no way to tell if it's gonna be something or not. But yeah, back to the symbol. Actually, cut that. Actually, to those monsters, they're actually the creations of... These are their creators, the guardians of United Nations. Pretty much the United Nations that we have as of now. But yeah, these were good times. And again, to their symbol. I thought that their symbol was exclusively exactly to relating to those monsters by itself. But actually, funny enough, that their symbol actually meant. Now again, sorry if my face cam is in the way, but it actually meant to relate to Project Shadow. Yeah, and I never knew this until now, was the missing chain link that connects the mystery that this symbol would have been actually related to this 87-year-old hedgehog. And again, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty. But yeah. And again, everything is of the story that I took part of. It's all related towards. Sorry, 1 second. It's all related to Sega. Yeah, it's there it is, the creators of all the stories. Now again, if we're ever going to see these stories ever again, you know, as again the these monsters about the artificial chaos and everything else, where only time is going to say, and of course only if you keep on asking about Sega, if you ever want to see it, because it doesn't depend on only me. It depends on everyone else. But yeah, to compensate for the time being, I should probably get back to work, shouldn't I?